Samen cultures in my mix means as hip-hop. Amalus means the combos mix and bang it up. Everyone is mixed race, this pure dilemma stuff. Cause hip-hop up a Zulu because Zulus are mixed too. Shaka mix come to clash to form, I'm a Zulu.
Dan sê Afrika se colored and African mean black race. Face it, alle mense kom van Africa in the first place. They race or trace or race and our tribal division.
So we're kickstarting this day on a positive note. It's a walk with Mel, and we're taking a walk with Emile Jansen today. So cool to have you on the show. Baie belangrik. Yeah, baie dankie. So please tell us, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't really know that you actually are a qualified teacher, but decided to go into hip-hop. What made you go into that full-time, doing all that you are doing now?
I think following my passion versus, just having a job. I think that was the main reason. And also I asked, at one point I was like torn between the two worlds because my passion is also to teach, just to figure out a way I could use hip hop to do the same thing. That was really the key, I think. But an experience that happened at the school one day was the deciding factor. Like I asked the kids, I basically gave them my reality, and I said, would you follow your passion or would you follow having a regular income for something that you sort of like doing, but you'd rather do the other thing? And out of, I think it was it 40 kids maybe? Yeah. Like majority, like maybe 35 said they'll follow the 9 to 5.
Wow.
And that shocked me. I was like, is this what we're preparing kids for at school?
So true.
To get paid instead of like learn new things or follow their heart. So I was like, if I don't step out of this, which is difficult because you also
obviously, and
you want to, you got to pay your rent and whatever. and so, but I'm just like, okay, I got to take like a leap of faith and also show them like this is possible.
It's possible, yeah.
So yeah, that was the
amazing. And then obviously you started dancing way back. Like, how was it for you guys that time to learn something? Because I know nowadays YouTube is there, you always have someone teaching you something, but like, what was it like for you guys when you had to learn something?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it was like a lot of the stuff when we started off was copying, and then because there wasn't like enough stuff, you had to also make up footages in between. So you like your own akkeltjes, like make up and add in, and with time, like you forget that you added something, like you brought something, but because of a lack of moves, and most of the dancers actually started, even though we call it b-boying or dancing, most of them started with like popping, because they come from like a standing Michael Jackson copying dance to like, okay, then going to the floor.
Okay.
So it was
because that's kind of harder though.
Yeah, and it was actually gradual.
Okay.
That before people like started going down to the floor. Because of and when b-boying really took off was when I was able to do like the basic spins and stuff.
Okay.
And then they're like, now.
Amazing.
Toen wil we opstaan.
That's lelijk grond.
And
then let's talk about your first trip overseas. Tell us about that experience. I think that changed a lot for you as well.
Yeah, my first flight ever was actually the first flight was to Joburg, but then like later I took it upon myself to go to Universal Zulu Nation Anniversary.
Yes,
and that was the first international flight I took. I was to New York.
Was that a decision you made on your own to just?
Yeah, I was like, not enough like talking about what other people have written or what you saw on a video maybe. Like let me find out for myself. And like at that point also we were really like got a lot of black consciousness information. So I had people in different parts of so as far as the middle of the US, I had set up places to stay.
Sure.
So when I went there, I like stayed at this journalist place in New York, Peter Noel. Stayed at his house, and he like initially took us to the Zulu Nation Anniversary and showed us how to get there, whatever. Myself and another friend went. And so we were just like, it was like, you imagine you in a place where everyone you ever like looked up to was in one spot.
That's amazing.
Like you're walking and then there's Africa Bambaataa.
So by the way,
Cool Herc and Chuck D and Public Enemy and Tribe Called Quest and like Busta Rhymes, all these people in this one venue. Like, it was overwhelming, but also to see that how the most down to earth people were the ones who were like in our minds the most famous, you know.
It is, no, it's
they were
normally like
just-
that.
They
Yeah.
were just like
Super
yo,
chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chuck D was like, he said he read something I wrote for, I think it was Rap Pages magazine.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, he actually read something I
What?
wrote, you know. And so he was, he was very cool about the meeting and like ask questions about South Africa, you know.
That's amazing.
And then obviously I had specific questions for Africa Bombata about the Zulu Nation and like how he saw it spreading, if it was possible in South Africa. Yeah, and just like generally, like the people, Wendy Day is a woman that was speaking about like the truth about the industry, and that was an eye opener.
And that's what you need, actually.
That was an eye opener. I was like, we're missing. People are missing the point about signing deals in South Africa. Like just set up your own tours, and like, she basically laid out what a lot of other people were deciding to do in hip hop, instead of like follow like the tried and tested techniques of before, you know. And yeah, creating their own networks, I think. Was what she was pushing, and this was like what, 94, end of 94.
Wow, that's hectic. And then you came back, obviously, and you started spreading the word and spreading dancing. What was the vision behind that?
Before that, we were
Already done it,
that,
yeah.
You know,
What was the vision
just
behind it? Yeah, what was the vision or the idea behind that?
I think the idea of spreading Zulu Nation and the hip hop community, the global hip hop community, tying them to the local one.
Okay.
You know, and then sharing information and like just skills, you know. And it was sort of naive, because our and this is not necessarily just South Africa, but black people's minds are extremely messed up. You know, like we can't stand together because like we're not happy with ourselves. You know, we're not liberating ourselves at a level where we can say, check, okay, let's work together.
Sure.
You know, it's like it's all about I, me, and that's beneficial to capitalism as long as you think of yourself and not a collective. You can't monetize your collective power. Like you can't. Like the dance scene in Cape Town, for example, there's so many dancers, but there's no one event where everybody comes and they spend their money because they want to improve the
whole scene. Yeah, that's
you
true.
know? And so and it's always about like people's insecurities and people's
it's more personal.
Yeah, people's beefs between each other, and then really it's like when you do this, what it exposes is like that you got a problem, like with three fingers pointing back at you. And like until we deal, and I'm including myself, like it took a while before I was able to celebrate other people.
Sure.
You know, because we're not used to celebrating each other. You know? So,
it's like a generational thing.
Yeah. And we need to desperately learn about who came before, give them the respect they do, so that the children that come after us start respecting us.
Wow.
Otherwise, there's just no, there's nothing new going to come out. It's like we've been taught by colonialism and like white supremacy to hate being African and black, and so we internalize that, and when we look at each other, we see what's wrong instead of seeing greatness.
Yes.
You know? We look at them and we're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
We look at us and we're like, oh. So it's, you know, I mean, it's deep psychological warfare.
But it starts with yourself.
Yeah. So
with yourself.
Yeah, we need to. But you see, you can only start once you accept. Like it's like an alcoholic. You know, it's like you're supposed to say, you know, I'm an alcoholic. It's like my name is Emile and I'm a self-hater.
Yeah, true.
You know,
yeah,
and that's where that stems from. Once you start loving yourself, which is not easy because you're not taught that in society or by your parents.
It's something like you have to teach yourself almost. Yeah.
I know. I mean, your parents sometimes don't even say they love you because that's not they show you.
Yes.
You know? But like sometimes you need to hear that articulated.
That words. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to hear it and you need to embody that, you know, because even with like Black Noise, like there's times when I thought I should have actually told the ones I thought they were quiet.
Yeah, I see
you know what I mean? Because we always have meetings about, you didn't say to do this and you didn't in the show, but the people who were at the show were like, that was amazing. But you always like critiquing how it could be perfect, but there's no like celebration of how quiet the ones.
Exactly, because then that's also when you boost to be better at the end of the day. And then let's speak about Hilderhood. I know that you guys also have African Hip Hop Indaba and ABC events that like a few of the events that you guys have been hosting. Let's talk about the first one. Like, what was it like? Yeah. Why did you guys start these events?
Yeah, again, it was was it before? No, it was after. So initially the African battle cry was called Universal Zulu Hip Hop Nation.
Okay.
Like it was basically a copy of what was happening in the US.
Okay.
And so, because the idea was we need to celebrate hip hop.
Yeah.
So I think the first one we hosted in Hillside there in Scottsville, yeah. Because I spent a lot of time there, like going to share videos and teaching and stuff like that. And so we hosted it there. I'd pick up Owens. Yeah, that was crazy. I'd like take a load of Owens from Mitchell's Plain,
Sure.
drive them through to Scottsville,
Yeah.
leave them there, and then go to fetch Owens in Stellenbosch.
Yo, are you serious?
Drive and drop them.
Stellenbosch. Yo, I see.
And then afterwards just reverse it.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times after Battle of the Year where Owens like no lift, and we used to drop them off in Scottsville.
Wow, that's
And
hectic.
then like sometimes 2 trips because there's too many people.
Wow.
But like, you know what I mean, it's you have this passion for something and you like to see grow, and you don't want like now the Owens are stuck in town and their parents
Exactly.
don't grand that they came to the event and you know something happened to them. So it's, I think that was the like, how do you create a family? But like we were very naive about the underlying history, you know, because the history plays a role. Like, I mean, within a couple of years, like Scottsville became like a place where there was so much beef between Owens and people didn't want to be associated with us anymore. And like it was just
It's
horrible,
sad though because
you
I
know?
mean you sacrificed, you know what I mean?
But you know, that's the thing is like with age you realize like
Doesn't matter.
it's not about you. It's about you trying to improve like people's lives, you know. And but you can't. What you need to realize is all you can do is share this information.
You can't change someone's mind.
They need to. Whoever's receiving,
Yeah.
they need to like. They decide ultimately what they're going to do. The information, how it impacts their lives, and what they do with it. You have no power.
Exactly,
over. So it's
exactly.
like,
You only control yourself at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Let's talk about it. I mean, you guys have sent a lot of people. If you do know the amount of people that you guys have sent overseas already, I think that's amazing.
yeah. I mean, it's over 200. I mean, the thing is,
Wow.
if like that's including like the amount of times that a person puts stuff together for Black Noise and sending them. I mean, Black Noise went quite a couple of times, and yeah, and it's like people got the opportunity to earn some money. Some people just went to like go in battle. Some people just went for the experience.
Yeah.
A majority of them went to Battle of the Year in Germany.
Wow.
You know, so, and I've mentioned a couple of times how, you know, you send all these people and then like it's not appreciated by the community you're from.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go to Joburg, people are like, yo, my bro, you
Yeah.
know. Or when I travel to the States, people are like, nobody else in the history of hip hop has done this, right? Because everybody's out for themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't realize until they say that.
Because your focus isn't like that.
you know,
Your focus isn't.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're just trying to help the culture grow.
Yeah.
And then it's always the question of like, what's your kickback from it? They're like, we just spent like, what do you mean kickback? You know, I mean, most of them, like how I survived is being from touring myself overseas. That's really and being a miser economically. I don't buy almost anything really. You know, like and if it's not necessary,
Then you
then
don't
I
need to,
won't.
yeah. I was going to
You
ask
know?
you, like, as I asked this, how do you survive? Any tips or advice? Because I know that we always ask it, and a lot of people say it's difficult, you know, to survive as an artist here in Cape Town.
Look, I mean, you must know that you're not going to get paid regularly. So whenever you get paid, you need
Reality.
do I need to spend this money? There's a need and a want, right? And need usually means that, like, you could do it, like you can't do without the need. And a lot of times people's decisions are not based on a need. There's a want. They want to have the latest, and there's also, I mean, with time you realize the want is also about insecurity. So you're buying something so that people could look at you differently. You know, or you that you're attending.
Or it makes you feel kind of a certain way, yeah.
Yeah, or you're attending this like the event or whatever. And as an artist, you can't do that. You know, unless of course you're like a internationally known South African artist, or like a, you know, guy living in Joburg, I suppose, is another. And then also just a few, like there's the Caspers and the AKAs. And it's a handful of artists really that are really doing well. The majority of them are just like hustling, right? And so like that, I think also like to be. There's just 2 words that I have, like, it's obsessive and compulsive. Like what you're up against is compulsive and obsessive about making you like swak. As nature is that if you are in the realm of creation, it benefits that world if you don't deliver. Because then they can say, like, you see, if you work for us, if you have
I get
9
what
to
you're saying.
5 job,
You would have made it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You'd have, so now you're on your own. And because that is extremely compulsive and obsessive, you need to be like, if you don't get up at like 6 when you start out. I mean, like, I don't do that anymore. But when you start out, get up when we're gonna go to work.
True.
And work until after you would have worked, because this is for you. If you're willing to put in that hours for someone else,
Well said.
and not for yourself, then it is for you.
Yeah.
Then a lot of times I don't take people serious who are not willing to put the time. Like someone, they call me, "Oh, Emile, like, can you tell me a bit about how can you survive?" And then I said, "Check you, I'll meet you at the library." They're like, "Yeah, nah, man, I can't." I was like,
No, what's the use? Yeah.
Then you're wasting my time,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's about like the dedication and the passion and making the effort.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, like, and it's not sometimes, most times, it's never the best that makes it. It's always the most dedicated that makes it. Like, the best is Laming working some job
Yes.
they don't like. And
They don't smack to be dedicated now,
and
yeah.
he's like hating on everybody
Yeah.
else because
Can't
he's
you say
not
it out?
honest. Yeah, he's not honest that he just wasn't willing
Yes.
to pursue it fully, And I find that I find it a lot in everything. Sometimes
Different
people
industries,
look at,
yeah.
people look at soccer players and they'll tell you like, "Yeah, I wasn't the best. I just practice hard."
Wow.
So that's
It's consistency, yeah. Consistency is
You know.
key. And then obviously music. How did the music side of things for you start? Like,
I mean,
was it
like,
always part of you? Like, how did
not
that
really.
start for you?
I mean, I
Writing,
yeah,
etc.
like I've always like been into poetry and stuff, right? And so for me, rap was just the extension of that. But like, it's not something that's my number one concern. Like,
Okay.
I got a lot to say, so I write a lot. But I don't like. Till today, I don't see myself as an MC. Like, that's a craft.
Yeah.
Someone else tells you, like me, people have come up to me like, "Yo, back then, the 80s, whatever, b-boying, b-boy, so, and they from that community, acknowledge you, and so like, okay, you're a b-boy. From the MC world, and people already told me, "Yo, Emile, I see you MC," and I'm like, yeah. I don't feel comfortable unless I put enough time and effort into the craft.
I get what you're saying.
And I'm focusing a bit more on that now. I'm getting older. But I feel like for me, it's about. I will never probably get a song on the radio because I don't write the radio songs. I write songs for
That's real.
conscientizing
Yeah.
people. That's my thing. Like, the song could work with the beat or not. Like, it's the message is more important to me than. Occasionally, I mix it with local flavor. Then it is important that people hear the local mix in the song. But ultimately, it's about like what is being said and how it can leave like an impact on someone to think about something
Yes,
different.
that's the point,
That's
yeah.
really why I write. So it's not necessary to be like, "Yo,
I'm the
blah, blah, blah,
check me
skills
out.
and check my
Yes.
lyrical line." So
It's about getting the message across.
Yeah.
And then what does hip hop mean to you? I mean, I know like I've heard you speaking about this earlier, but just a short intro like of what hip hop means to you.
Yeah, I mean, hip hop has changed from in my own mind. Like before, it was just like this. I'm passionate about b-boying, and and then like I'm passionate about the culture.
Yeah.
Because now I'm graffitiing and I'm rapping and breakdancing, and then like try on the one side,
Yeah.
DJing, and so like the entire culture I'm passionate about. But for me, it's changed from just be a form of expression to a form of education.
Sure.
Because now it's me seeing our ancestry in it. It's like a hip hop today to me is a modernization of like first people expression. It's like the MC is the griot, the storyteller, the circle exists that was around the fire where the stories got told or where the dance took place. The graffiti is the documentation of the story that was told around the fire onto a wall.
That's way deeper, eh?
The b-boy is the guy that goes into trance when the healing takes place. And the healing, the trance is induced by the cyclic, like the and that's a loop, right? Because it's
Yeah.
that's one, and then So it loops, right? So again, it's connected to the circle. So all of this is as ancient as humanity itself. So for me, like now, like the way I see it now, is that it's this calling of us to connect with who we were and who we are, and to be proud of who we are.
Yeah.
You know, and to find ourselves, like the battle has also changed in my mind. There's no more that brother, there's this brother here.
Yes.
You know, so I'm battling myself constantly to read more, to learn more, to
Just improve yourself, yeah.
And when the music plays, like occasionally I'll just like lose myself in the music, and when I write rhymes, like how do I, you know, now like tell the story as best I can. And I find myself like a lot of times like telling first people stories, like the story of like the fire. The fire is the dancer. Fire is called the dancer because the Bushmen believed in shape shifting, so you can become an element or you can be a human. And when the Bushman danced, his head glowed. this dancer, this Bushman guy, and when it glowed, the story is that then the women in the tribe told the men to go chop off his head so they could always hunt in the dark even. Apparently the women are Gimba.
You women is open,
So the wind heard about it, and so the wind, when they chopped off his head, the wind blew his head into the sky and it became the sun.
Wow, that's a deep Ian. Hello, and I thank you. I see you. A last question, just any advice to the young people and social media, where can people catch you and support you?
Yeah, there's on Facebook it's Emile YX with a question mark, and then through that you can get in touch with me in most places, my email and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't know when this is going to run, but I'm going to be out for a while. So catch me online, and then we can make stuff happen. I'm going to be in the US till the end of the year. But I'm working on a new album called Afrocation.
Yay, Kospiali.
Love it. So it's about like rewriting, or like people now call it decolonization, but for me it's like it's a rehumanization that's necessary, that we need to like regain our humanity, like keep learning who we were, and in that way who we are, our greatness of who we can be. So I'm busy on that, and klom other stuff just to stay out of mischief, and
so people can definitely catch you online and obviously
online
support your
Facebook
work on there. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's such an honor to have you on the show, and thank you for everything that you've done and still doing for the scene. You know, not just in Cape Town but in South Africa. Also, if you're baie dankie. That's from me, Mel, your pal, and the one and only Emile Jansen signing out.
Wat ook al jou ras of ethnic groep, ons almal is gebaseer dra vlees en bloed. Jou skintoon mag maar verskil van myne, maar onder die vel het ons identiese feite. Freedom of expression, ons almal is